We're Brian and Emily, and this is our adventure pup, Wes. For years, we wondered what it would be like to step away from our 9-to-5 careers to travel and live in a van full-time. Earlier this year, we decided to take that leap and hit the road. Life is short, the world is huge, and we want to explore as much of it as we can to share with you. Come along for our adventure out there. We've spent the last few days at one of our favorite places on earth, home in Lake Tahoe. The first few days we were in North Lake Tahoe, staying with my brother and sister-in-law, and we did a hometown tour of North Lake. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here so that you can give it a watch. And then the past couple of days we were in South Lake Tahoe, celebrating the holidays early with some dear friends. And now it is time for us to move on. But first, we've got a place to stop and get some breakfast at Tahoe Bagel.
This is the best bagel I've had since we hit the road. Tahoe Bagel. Now we are heading into Carson City, which is roughly 30 minutes outside of South Lake Tahoe. We've got some chores to do, some grocery shopping, before we head south on 395 down the eastern Sierra Nevada mountains. We just rode out a really big winter storm, so some hot springs are sounding really good right now. Can't wait to go find a couple different ones. We went to Home Depot, got ourselves a black and yellow tote. There's some stuff we're gonna drop off at storage that I'm not gonna need for the next foreseeable future. Free up a little space. Drop some stuff off at home. There's a couple loose ends I want to get out of here. So we thought we would use this a lot more than we have. We haven't used it at all in the last 5 months, and I doubt we're going to use it anytime soon. So bye-bye, NutriBullet. Bye, cars. Now we need to go get groceries for the rest of the week. Next stop, Trader Joe's.
Is this for you? Is this for you? It's not for you. Silly boy. Trader Joe's haul for the next week. We've got chicken thighs, ground turkey, guiza, these are the best, cheese, veggies, salads, sourdough, and some eggies. Now it's just trying to fit everything into this. All right, not bad. And even room to spare. Errands are done and we're back on the road. I've got some road sushi for lunch here and we're headed down Highway 395. It's about 2.5 hours to get to our destination. And if you've never gone down 395, it is a beautiful drive. All the way from Carson City down to past Mammoth, Lone Pine area. You see the Eastern Sierra the whole way, and it's absolutely stunning. So let's get on the road and get where we're going tonight. All right, we made it to our home for the next 2 nights, Benton Hot Springs.
You locked that better than the last person.
Right? Here you go, soak in some hot springs.
I am so ready. That was a short but long drive.
We are at tub site number 2. Got a little hot creek to cross over. And then look at this. Oh, that feels so good. Cannot wait to soak in that. Good morning. We had such a peaceful evening last night. After we got here, we got straight in the tub. We did not film anything from last night, but it was just a really good time to unwind after a lot of really great time with friends and family over the past few days. It feels like the past few weeks have just been a whirlwind, going from different friends and families' houses. So to be back on the road and have some solitude was, I think much needed.
Talk about how beautiful last night was too.
Oh my gosh.
Temperature wise, the stars. We haven't had a night like that in a long time.
Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous. We love this area. Benton is a super historic area here. It's the oldest town in all of Mono County and was originally used by the Paiute people until the settlers came through here looking for silver and gold in the 1860s, when it was actually founded as the town of Benton. After silver was discovered in the hills just over here, the town quickly grew to be 1,000 people, which today on their welcome sign, on the population sign, I think it says like 13 and a half people or 15 and a half people. We'll have to check on our way out and show you that. But the main activity really only lasted for a couple of decades here, which is pretty unusual for most mining towns. Most mining towns in this area flourished for about 50 years, whereas Benton was kind of short-lived, and after things dried up with the silver, people moved on, and it's now a really small, charming area, and hot springs here are incredible. To get a hot tub site here, you do have to make a reservation pretty early in advance. So I recommend, if you do want to stay here, book it well out. You can choose your hot tub site at the time that you book it. There's lots of different ones. Some are more private than others. Some have different features, but they're all very, very cool. And hot tub sites range anywhere from $95 a night to $110 per night, depending on what site you get. We're at site number 2 here, and this one was $95 for the night. But we're gonna make some breakfast now. We've got some avocado toast going, and then I think we'll go for a little walk later. There's a cemetery over just that way that I want to explore, and definitely some more hot tub action today.
Lots of hot tub action.
avocado toast outside with egg, tomato, and goat cheese. A little bit of balsamic drizzle on there. Oh, this looks amazing. I don't know. I'm gonna eat it. I think this is gonna be a fork and knife thing. Perfect way to start the day.
We are inside the Benton Cemetery, which is just a really short walk from the Benton Hot Springs. There's a lot of history in here. There's some really old grave sites. A lot of them have just succumbed to the elements and weather over the decades. Some of them aren't marked, or you just can't read them anymore. This one right here is probably the most famous in the area. It belongs to Robert Morrison, who joined a posse along with Mono Jim to find some escaped convicts from Carson City. And unfortunately, Robert and Mono Jim were gunned down at Convict Lake by the convicts, which is not too far away from here either. So it was interesting to hear or find the history on why Convict Lake is called that. But here lies Robert Morrison, and yeah, just a lot of history in here.
Jane Lynch says she was a prominent businesswoman of Benton, and she's got all these coins on top of her headstone. Not sure what that's about. Pretty cool. If you know, leave a comment below.
Yeah, really interesting site. A lot of history here. As you walk in, there's a plaque that says some came looking for silver, some found it, some didn't, some stayed forever. I can't imagine how brutal this area must have been. And like Emily said before, it wasn't a mining town for very long. But yeah, it's just a neat part of history.
Well, being somewhere with so much history, with old-time settlers, sure makes you want a good old-fashioned, old-timey meal. So tonight, over the Dutch oven and the fire, we are going to cook a really great recipe, modified a little bit. We actually originally cooked this when we were on the Denali Highway up in Alaska. We cooked this with biscuits then. We actually have the recipe over on our Patreon, along with a lot of other recipes. If you want to go check that out, we'll leave a link in the description. It's also just a great way to support us if you'd like to do that too. But tonight, we're gonna make a very classic chicken pot pie, and I'm really, really excited for this. I've got a package of chicken thighs here. I'm only gonna use half of these in the pot pie because we don't love a ton of leftovers when we're camping, but I'm gonna cut them all now. So when we go to use the other half tomorrow in a different dish when we're camping, I don't have to get my hands all dirty. Well, I'm not getting them dirty anyways because I'm wearing gloves, but we don't have to worry about cutting chicken up. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut all these guys up and get this Dutch oven going.
A little onion, Had to take it off for a second, that was way too hot. Some vegetable medley from Trader Joe's. Back on she goes. Secret ingredient.
All right, it is time for the crust. We took the easy way out and just bought a pre-made pie crust, but you really can't go wrong with these. They're super good. And we'll see how this works. So I'm gonna put it down in here, and then I'm gonna try and crimp the edges a little bit. That looks pretty legit. All right, we're gonna put coals on top. In 10 to 20 minutes, should be eating. Pretty night. While we wait for that, what do you say we go jump in that tub over there?
Let's go tubbing.
Yeah. Oh,
that's perfection.
That looks legit. Let's eat.
Dutch oven, chicken pot pie, pioneer style. Babe, very hearty. Like that, the stuffing, the soup, stew is perfect. I mean, you got that crust on top. It's better than Marie Callender's.
Hey, babe. Guess what?
Do I my beer?
Always.
Save it for later. Well, that was super delicious, super yummy. I think we're gonna get things cleaned up and jump back in the tub and call it for a night. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. We're gonna do some exploring today. Some friends of ours told us about another hot spring close to where we are at right now with some possible camping, so we're gonna go check it out. That's perfect bathtub temperature.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
Slimy. That was really cool. The water was really nice. It was there's a tub there, some wildlife, some really cool wildlife. The camping, there's already quite a few campers out there, so I think we're just gonna move on and see what else we can find. But super cool spot. Well, we are back in Benton. The last couple nights have just been really too good. The stars, the perfect temperatures. We did go to another spot today hoping to camp there, and it was pretty crowded, so we decided to just come back here. Why not? And we did pick a different spot though, I think with a better view and a better tub. There's also decent Wi-Fi here, and we need to get some work done. We actually dropped our Starlink off at Sierra Adventure Vehicles in Truckee because they're going to mount it to the top of the van. They needed to send the modem away to have it converted to 12 volt. So we're without internet right now, so any good Wi-Fi is super helpful. So yeah, why not just stay here one more night and enjoy this perfect weather, and hopefully another bright night, bright stars, and then I think it's be a full moon too. So yeah, let's get back in that tub. With the population of 13.5 people, Benton is a really little town with a lot of history. I think it's really become one of our favorite places to visit. The hot springs are awesome, the campground's super clean. Yeah, we really like this little place. But I think it's time to start heading south on the 395. We hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a like, thumbs up. Merry Christmas, and we hope to see you on the next adventure out there. Bye!